Hi, welcome back to the BlockShow. I'm sitting here with founder and CEO of SelfCell. Yeah. Thank you for joining us at this conference. And I just understand you just came off stage speaking, or?
Yeah, I just from the stage. Yeah.
Was it a great experience?
Yeah, it's a good experience. There are a lot of audience here, and it's the second time I join BlockShow and speak on stage.
Fantastic!
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I guess we have a lot of new viewers watching this video. Would you mind explaining a little bit about SelfCell?
Yes, of course. SelfCell is a platform and focus on human capitalism, which means we try to build human value based on the token. We issue token for people, and also we build the exchange for people, which on the platform they can exchange their own token. Yeah.
It's very exciting. As we were just explaining a little bit, talking a little over off camera, and you're saying that how we're moving away from just being a company, for example, having value, but actually individuals having value.
Yeah.
Is that kind of the inspiration behind it? Is it more for freelancers, or is it just generally for anyone now?
Yes, of course. Actually, the idea came from me I think it's 8 years earlier. And I noticed that we know the economic unit of the society is changed little by little. In the past, it's only family, but then the mainstream of the economic unit is company. But in this new area, in the blockchain area, actually the unit is a project, or team, or organization. But we notice that a lot of people now are freelancers. They're working by themselves, like someone who, like our cameraman, he's working for himself, and our transfer girl, he's working himself. So I noticed there are a lot of people trying to work for themselves. So in the past, we can invest into a company, but maybe in the future we can build economic in the center of human themselves. So we can invest into them. We can exchange their shares on the platform. So that's the idea of our project. And thanks for the blockchain technology, it makes this idea very easy to achieve. And thanks for our past experience, because we have started on the blockchain technology since 2014, 4 years ago. That's very, very early. So we started the project last year, and we now have already built some bottom level fundamental structures. And in 10 days before we announced the first token we issued, it's a superstar called Thomas Sargent. That is one of the top football players in the world. Wow. Yeah, he has more than 30 million followers on the Facebook. Yeah, it's a very famous one. So it's our first step, and we will be expecting more in the future.
Would you say that SelfCell is more aimed towards individuals who have a large following then, or is it also down to like the individual worker? Who would succeed the most on your kind of platform?
That's a very good question. Yeah, I do see the first one is a very big superstar. Actually, for that part, we continue. We try to follow the superstars, because they have a lot of influence, and it's much more easier for us to build our brand and to show to people how this system works. But in the future, in your own idea, the best market is normal people. It's normal people for each individual, because there are a lot of number of these people. This is the best market. So our strategy is to from the superstar to the star, not so super, then to normal people.
Fantastic, fantastic. So yeah, moving down towards, let's say, for example, if I was to build my own actual SelfCell.
Of course, you are welcome to our platform.
Thank you very much. I would love to check it out. Yeah. Okay. So let's say I issued my own token.
Yeah.
Who would be buying it? Would you and what would you imagine? Who's the main purchaser of my coin?
For you, I think for normal people there will be several buyers. The first one, your friends and family and the people around you. They trust you. They know you. They know they may do something good, and they know your capability. That one, the traditional investors, because they want to invest some potential people. And then there are some new individual investors, they want to invest some type of people, and maybe they see a picture and so, oh, this guy is so handsome. Maybe I want to invest in him. Yeah. So I think generally there will be 3 type of investors. Yeah.
Very interesting. Very interesting. So I have to ask, you know, if when we're going into this kind of world where we'll be valued by our tokens.
Yeah.
What kind of dangers do you see getting into the space, like ethical, for example?
Yeah, yes, that's a very critical question we asked to us at the very beginning. Actually, we formed a 2-day meeting to discuss about that.
Wow.
Because it's a new thing. Because in the past, we have numbers about the company, the evaluation of the company, of Google, of Amazon, but we don't measure people by numbers. So in the new business model, maybe we can bring some benefit for people, but maybe we still also bring some dangerous part to them. So we checked every detail. What we will do will harm them. And in the end, we will see that, yes, there is some dangers. Like you need to, some people may see the numbers of your evaluation. And maybe you need to disclose part of your performance, not to the public, but to the platform. Yes, but after we review all the things, we think that this information actually is already provided to the big companies, platform like that. If they can keep safety of the data, of course, our platform can keep safety of the platform. Another thing is that we provide a lot of benefit, and I think with this benefit and to help these people, I think that part is a minor part. Yeah, I admit that there will give us some challenge about this part, but I think it's okay. We check it very carefully, and we think it's okay and it's acceptable. Yeah.
So one thing that kind of jumps immediately to my mind is you know, the social media and online world. There are rising stars on YouTube, for example, and there's a number of Asian networks, social medias where you can now send gifts to others and monetary values. And in one of the interviews just before, we were talking about onboarding traditional partners, so non-blockchain companies and existing companies. Is that part of your strategy of coming onto social media and integrating it, for example, with those middle-level superstars, you put it?
Yeah, that's very important for our platform. I think for the superstar project, there are only a certain number of them. But if you want to expand the market, I think the rising star, especially you mentioned the social media rising star, is a very, very powerful market for us. We already start to work with this platform to release more information about the rising stars. Yeah.
Very interesting. Yeah. And so what would you say like the biggest trends to kind of look in your fields, especially now with, as we kind of touched upon, data privacy, there's also a little bit of ethics. Where would you see the next kind of major milestone is for full adoption? Like what needs to happen for everyone to, for example, build their own token?
For the milestone, I think there are some problems need to solve first. So maybe the one key milestone is that the government may have some clear regulation about such thing. And until now, it's okay for us to issue a token for superstar. As long as it's not a security token. It's a utility token, it's okay. Because a lot of companies have already made that part. But for security token, it's not okay. So if the company gives some permission about that part, I think that is a very key milestone, number one. And number two, I think for us platform ourselves, our business is not a one-time business, but it's a long-term one. So the token issue is the first step. The token list on the exchange is second step. But for after that, a long-time operating, which means in which way you can provide enough value to your users, to your buyers, and let them to feel, okay, it's worth it, and I want to buy another one.
As being part of the platform, yes.
And also for the investors, okay, I buy the token, and in the future, maybe I buy it at $1, and the future is 1.2, 1.3. Okay, it's also increase, also interest. I will buy another one. So at that time, when people want to buy, people have already buy the first one, want to buy another one. I think that is we call the first step of maturity of a project. I think that is on the commercial one is a milestone.
Very exciting, very exciting. So when would you say that, you know, right now blockchain, I would say in the wider community, outside of the tech community, blockchain is still kind of a buzzword. Most people don't know what blockchain really is. Everyone knows what Bitcoin is. People have heard of Ethereum. But when would you say that you would have, let's say, wider adoption in community that the average person would know, right, I got to check out SelfSell. I got to, you know.
In my idea, maybe in 2 years. And as you know, for the development of internet, actually when the internet first came out, nobody knows what it should be, and what it looks like. And then after some application came out, like the email, like some very early age of social media came out. Okay, they know. Yeah, I know the internet can do such a thing, and they try to accept it. I think that stage is very similar to the blockchain area. Yes, we see there are many potential blockchain, but we have not seen the established usage to the normal people. So I think for that part, there are a lot of company and projects are already working on that part. I think maybe at the end of this year or the early of next year, they will see some part of the application coming out, and we SelfCell are among one of them. So at that part, they will realize what blockchain can work. So that's the answer. They know Bitcoin, they don't know blockchain. Yes. That matter. They cannot only understand the technical part of blockchain. It's not really good understanding. They need to understand the blockchain from the application with a strong usage. So that's what we're trying to do.
I very much agree with that. It's the same thing with a lot of platforms today. You know, the users don't actually know the technology behind it. They just know what they're looking at, and that's what is most important, the actual use cases of blockchain. So you said it's not your first time being at a BlockShow. What is it that is so attractive about being here at a BlockShow? What is it making you coming back every time?
Yeah, the last time is at end of November last year, and in Singapore. That's the first time I joined BlockShow, and I speak on the stage, and I see a lot of friends there, and meet some friends from the out of China and from different countries. So I think it's an international platform to connect developers, investors, and some people interested into this area, link them together. So I want to come here. And another one is that I meet the CEO of BlockShow, Andy, and we work very well and trust each other. So I think maybe we can have more cooperation in the future.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for joining me here. Do you have any last remarks you'd like to share with us? Anything you'd like to share with the audience?
Yes. I think this is a very, very new build platform for users. Maybe you cannot understand it very early, but if you see it carefully, you see we reveal the very good nature, very old nature. That is, human is the center of value, our value. We want to rebuild our concept of human value himself, and SelfCell is trying to give everyone a chance to redefine your own value. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure meeting you too. Thank you.